13 Lives, as you must be aware by now, is a biographical survival film. It tells the true tale of a junior football team trapped in a waterlogged cave in 2018 and the people who banded together to rescue them. But once something is on the screen, you can expect some alteration. So what's fact and what's fiction? Continue watching as we explore the real story behind this movie. First up, what's the backstory behind the film? If you haven't seen it yet, go for it. It's been streaming now on Amazon Prime Video since late July. It's a story that seems almost too incredible to be true, but it's a very accurate reenactment of the Tham Luang Cave rescue of Thailand in 2018. A junior football team decided to head over to the Tham Luang Nang Non cave system after a practice game. There were 12 young boys of ages 11 to 16, along with the team's assistant coach, who were exploring the cave before bad weather caused the cave to flood and obstructed their exit. They were then trapped, and after one of the boys' parents reported that their son hadn't yet returned home, a rescue mission was organized. The operation captivated the world, and nearly 10,000 volunteers from 17 different countries decided to help. The performance skills of Viggo Mortensen, Colin Farrell, and Joel Edgerton, who have each highlighted the struggles of making this film, are at the forefront of it. But it's an important story to share, and the ultimate result is as enthralling as it is heartfelt. Next, the rescue begun. There was panic. When the boys' clothes, shoes, and bikes were found right outside the cave's opening, that's when people got really worried. Without any sign of them, the fear that they were trapped inside started growing. One of the first notable people on the scene was British caver Vernon Unsworth, who in the movie was played by Fitz-Gerald. He lived in Thailand and was intimately familiar with the Tham Luang Nang Non cave system. Early on in the film, his quick intervention and informed advice to the Thai government and authorities are represented. Unsworth had spent some time in the cave and had mapped it out, knowing the narrowest corners and the biggest chambers. He was the one who suggested getting in touch with expert cave divers Richard Stanton, played by Mortensen, and John Volanthen, played by Farrell. During the first few days, Thai Navy SEAL divers were brought in, more water entered and vital areas were flooded, and water pumps were set up to pump out gallons of water. Then the great sacrifice was seen. While diving teams made their efforts at the cave's mouth, the film also puts emphasis on what transpired above the mountain with the locals and Thanat Natisri. This was a Thai water engineer with groundwater knowledge who lives in Illinois. His contributions, along with those of local volunteers, aided in the diversion of water, though at an expense to local farmers. Local growers embraced the idea of the water being funneled onto their crops and fields to increase the boys' odds of survival in a moving scene in the film, which is based on true sacrifices made for the rescue. The good news is that the farmers were all reimbursed for crop losses following the successful rescue. Even some rescuers needed rescuing. More rain and a low level of visibility were going to complicate the rescue mission even more. More diving teams from all over arrived to assist in the search. In the film, a vigil is held on the 9th day, but in real life, it actually occurred on the 2nd day, following the discovery of the boys' hand and footprints outside the cave. Because of the enormous size of the cave system and the continued poor weather conditions, several rescue team members became trapped and had to be rescued by divers. The movie truly depicts how they had to dive through tight areas and against strong currents to get them out. Chamber 3 in the cave system served as an operating base, storing critical supplies. On the 10th day of the rescue operation, Stanton and Volanthen miraculously found the team. They were in complete darkness, 4 kilometers from the cave's mouth, with the only way to them completely flooded. Even so, all 13 of them survived. They were alive, and that's what's important. The Thai Navy SEALs shared a video snippet of the 2 heroes discovering the team on their Facebook page, which was seen by millions of people around the world. Because only one of the boys could speak in English, the British divers could only communicate with him. Much of the dialogue in this scene is ripped straight from the popular video clip. In 13 Lives, there's an incredibly lovely scene in which the boys' coach begins to cry and apologize for taking them into the cave, but the boys all defend him. To give the boys hope, the coach, who had been trained to be a Buddhist monk for 10 years, kept them calm and taught them to meditate. Then, after the rescue, there was debate over whether or not the coach should face criminal charges, but the boys and their families have supported him, and he is widely regarded as a hero. But one person did not make it. The news of their recovery was met with happiness and relief by the boys' parents and rescue workers, but getting them all out safely remained an enormous challenge. As the rescue mission was developed, vital supplies such as blankets, food, and flashlights were delivered to the boys. A doctor was also summoned to examine everyone, and it was revealed that oxygen levels were dangerously low. When the option of sedating each kid before plunging them out became available, anesthetist Richard Harris was contacted. But sadly, tragedy struck before the rescue began when Saman Kunan, a A Thai volunteer diver and former Navy SEAL lost his life while trying to deliver air tanks. He passed out underwater and could not be revived. In the film, he takes off his air tank after it becomes stuck and tragically runs out of oxygen after becoming trapped in a narrow cave passage. This heartbreaking scene occurred on the 14th day of the mission, but it's depicted in the film on the 15th day, just one day before the boys were rescued. This shift in time was most likely done for dramatic effect, demonstrating the tremendous danger that remained a possibility even on the day before the boys were to be saved from the cave. Howard dedicated the film to Kunan and Beirut Pakbara, who died a year later as a result of a blood infection contracted during the rescue. The film doesn't show Pakbara. The boys were drugged on the mission. It was a risky plan to sedate the boys to bring them out. There were major worries about the safety of getting all 12 boys and their coach out. Drowning was a strong possibility if one of them woke up underwater. The decision was made to remove the media and anyone who was not part of the operation from the cave. Given the lack of media coverage at this time, it is unclear what happened. Eventually, reports revealed that the boys were given ketamine doses to keep them unconscious. The boys were provided all of the facilities they required to finish their journey to freedom, and a squad of 18 rescue divers arrived to bring them home. You'll be on the edge of your seats watching. It's no secret that there are so many emotional moments in this movie, especially knowing that they're all true. It's almost hard to watch. Harris is shown in 13 Lives, administering sedation, while Stanton, Volanthen, Chris Jewell, and Jason Mallinson lead the diving team in recovering the boys. Each rescuer was delegated a boy to accompany them through the cave until they emerged. Even for people who are familiar with the story, the true rescue sequence in the film lasts nearly an hour and is a deeply convincing and gripping watch. There really are heart-stopping moments when the boys stop breathing, but the heartwarming scenes that follow the rescue are simply breathtaking. 4 boys were saved over the course of 3 days, with their coach recovered on the 3rd day. Among the joy and relief, Harris learns that his father has died, something that actually happened, but in reality, he was not made aware of it until later. This cast a bittersweet shadow over the delight. These events are true to what happened on the day of the rescue. Finally, we can say the film was mostly accurate. Howard worked hard to make the film realistic and respectful. Most of it is in Thai to honor the culture while remaining true to the situation. Following their rescue, the boys were all quarantined and could only see their parents and loved ones through a glass window, which serves as the film's final shot. They were confirmed to be in good health with minor injuries. Given the story's international attention, the team and their coach received numerous rewards from celebrities, and many rescue teammates received bravery awards. That's a wrap for this video. What did you think of this movie and how accurate it is? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.